Hello everybody, video here for you today. There's a ranch in northern Utah that's considered to be the epicenter of the strangest and most disturbing phenomena on Earth. Bizarre UFO sightings, animal mutilations, and unusual energies that have proven harmful to humans. The federal government tried and failed for 20 years to find answers, but now a new team of experts has taken over, determined to reveal the secret of Skinwalker Ranch. This is the no-cap recap of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, Season 5, Episode 8, called Graves Concern, aired June 18, 2024. If you missed any of my Skinwalker Ranch recaps, there's a link in the upper right to that playlist. On the previous episode, called The Cone Zone, terrestrial LiDAR picked up a mile-wide, 2,000-foot-high cone-shaped anomaly, of which the apex was at the exact spot a laser was stopped by something above the triangle. The team also picked up a 1.6 GHz frequency signal coming from Homestead 2, which was the ground starting point for the left side of the cone. The first experiment of this episode is to fly a plane 5,000 feet above the triangle and to drop smoke that they hope will show evidence of the cone or whatever it is that blocked laser beams and deflected rockets during previous experiments. The plane will then turn around and repeat at lower altitudes. The team copters to Roosevelt Airport, 10 miles away from the ranch, to meet with pilots Kendra Hart and Sam Davis before the experiment. Back at the ranch, Cameron Fugel maintains a safe distance from the triangle to provide air support and different views from his helicopter. As the plane arrives, a 1.6 GHz signal begins transmitting. The plane starts to expel smoke, but hardly any is coming out. The plane also experiences on and off alternator charging and the oil temperature fluctuating by 30 degrees. With those kinds of malfunctions threatening safety, Kendra and Sam return to the airport. Back at the airport, Kendra and Sam report that the smoke system and all the other equipment were tested before the experiment. They also had no more issues after leaving the ranch airspace. The pilots agree to try again another time. The recordings of the experiment are examined, and Eric points out a UAP that appears to be navigating near the helicopter, then moving away repeated times. It is also traveling at very high speed. On this zoomed in shot, the UAP is not circled, but you can see the darker area in the lower middle. Take 2 on this year's drilling into the Mesa project. The plan is to drill a borehole on either side of the large object, and then widen the borehole, coat it with a cement, and then insert scanning equipment to try to determine more information about that large object, as well as the smaller objects detected by ground-penetrating radar. After a drill bit rod snapped on the previous episode deep inside the mesa, the drillers have recovered and are currently further than they were before with no problem so far. But that's the only news on this episode. Command Center has 2 visitors: Dr. Travis Tyler, former boss, Jay Stratton, former director of the UAP Task Force, and Ryan Graves, a former U.S. Navy F-18 pilot. He testified in front of Congress concerning UAPs. Ryan tells the team of groups of UAPs encountered by his squad multiple times off the coast of Virginia Beach that they could detect with equipment and see on their cameras, but could not see with the naked eye. Others in his squad described a UAP as being a dark gray or black cube inside a clear sphere. The team shows him this UAP in the upper middle, seen during a drone swarm mapping experiment of the Eastfield Canyon area in 2022. A zoomed-in view shows a sphere with a darker band in the center. Dr. Taylor made a 3D model of it. Jay and Ryan will assist on the night's experiment. Multiple groups of rockets launched in the triangle and the east field. The first two groups launch, but for some reason come down more slowly than would be normal. In the east field, one of the four went north, one got tangled in its chute, and two that were next to each other appear to be somehow blown in opposite directions simultaneously, one to the north, one to the south. Eric's Kraken system picked up a 1.6 GHz signal emanating from the south fence line at the same time. Dr. Taylor confirms that with his own equipment. As a second set of two groups of rockets are fired and begin falling back to Earth, Ryan notices a fast-moving UAP on the thermal camera that is seeming to perform a landing maneuver and disappears into the mesa at the spot previous UAPs have been filmed exiting. Eric confirms that there is no transponder carrying aircraft within 150 miles of the ranch. Dr. Taylor concludes the episode saying that the entire world wants to know the truth about UAPs and that there are too many credible witnesses like Jay and Ryan to deny that it's one of the great mysteries of our time. He goes on to say that, as we all just witnessed, the answers could be there on Skinwalker Ranch, and they will continue poking the nest until they reveal them. Eric says he keeps thinking about what other tools they can utilize to study the airspace over the ranch. Ranch owner Brandon Fugel says that to have an American hero like Ryan Graves come to the ranch and witness the phenomena, that is a privilege, and the team will continue to engage other experts to help explain what is happening there. Next time on an all-new The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, Season 5, Episode 9, called Spinning Out. Episode synopsis reads as follows. The drilling operation in the mysterious mesa on Skinwalker Ranch leads to a stunning and disturbing chain of events. I'll continue recapping Season 5 new episodes as they air late Tuesday nights, and eventually do the earlier seasons as well. I'll also continue to do the Curse of Oak Island retro recaps of Seasons 6 through 8 through this summer and early fall. All of the other episodes are already done and are in my Oak Island playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment.